Welcome to another episode of Lemongel Live. Now, this is Zen Lane.
This is not live, actually. This is pre-recorded.
This is pre-record.
Sometime in April.
Yeah, definitely April. It's definitely April today.
Yes.
We don't have a newspapers because they've been discontinued where we live, which is definitely not Grangetown, Cardiff, UK. But my watch says sometime in April.
That's a good point, actually. Hello. Welcome. Yeah, I think the weather is finally
Getting worse.
it was good while it lasted. It was very good.
It was actually unbelievable. We had like 4 days of incredible sun. Super hot, 25 degrees Celsius, 27 degrees Celsius, and today it's like 17.
Yeah, it's still good. It's all right,
So
you know.
good.
You can still see the sun
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
if you look close enough.
It could be definitely
If you
worse.
look directly into the sun, that's what you should do. That's one small little trick doctors don't want you to know. If you have any problem with your eyes, if you look directly into the sun, it fixes it.
We are not trained doctors or have any knowledge of health whatsoever. Just as a disclaimer, you should not follow our advice.
What you should do is look straight into the sun. That's
Should
read that
definitely do that.
somewhere.
Write in the comments if you found that help you out.
Yeah. I guess what's been happening, Daniel?
Great question, bro. Great question. Basically, yeah.
We had a couple of gigs, right?
Basically, yeah.
We had a couple gigs. They were a lot of fun. Very different gigs. One of them was at the New Moon. The other one was at Paradise Gardens, under the umbrella of Club Orange. And the other one was at Mad Dog Brewery.
Mad Dog Brewery. So the New Moon, we were supporting dance people. They were fire. We also played alongside Josh Hicks. He was Flame. Yeah, it was actually just all super Flame gig, all like super busy, bumpy crowd.
Yeah, could tell there were like people that go to the New Moon. They just love live music. It's just they love going to gigs.
Yeah, yeah, it was super fire.
Gig goers.
And yeah, we played. Who put us on? It was Reem. Reem asked us to play. Shout out to Reem. And Khalid was our sound tech. Did a great job.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, I went to college with Khalid.
Yeah.
Recognized him as soon as I walked in. I was like, yo, bro.
Excuse me, buddy.
Nice guy. He's an artist as well.
Yeah.
Super chill. And then we played Club Orange. That was a different vibe.
Yeah. Right. There was grass on the stage.
There was grass on the stage,
which I very much liked. I wish the whole thing was grass.
Yeah. Basically, Rosemary from Club Orange just has an incredible eye.
Yeah.
And she just decorated the entire place to look super Flame.
Yeah. It's freaking beautiful.
I couldn't believe it. It was incredible. Prettiest stage I've ever stepped on.
Yeah.
So nice.
100.
You were?
Don't know why I said 100.
100.
As if that's part of my
Everyday
yeah.
speech pattern.
Oh, you just had an accident? Yeah, 100.
Mm.
You need recovery? Yeah, 100.
100.
Yeah, the very different vibes. Who was playing at um, Club Orange? Was Tallulah Blue,
Tallulah
right?
Blue and
Aisha.
Aisha Music. Yeah, Aisha. They were both great. They were supporting us. We were headlining Club Paradise Gardens. And yeah, what an event. What an event.
Yeah.
Very different vibes. Aisha had a couple of songs that were pretty much just her on stage, and our friend Callum joined her for a couple while he played the instrument and did some back vocals. And then Tallulah Blue had mostly backing tracks as well, and she played with her partner and partner in crime, Jag. You are, I believe, Jaguar. They were both flame.
Yeah.
They were both flame.
Yes.
Very different styles. Yeah, shout out to them. It was super cool to watch them live for the first time.
And it was nice as well during our set to have Callum Conham. Is that how you say your name, Callum? Write down in the comments.
Callum, write down in the comments, bro. I know we're watching. I know you're watching, bro.
Yeah.
Write down in the comments.
Yeah, it's very nice to do that song one more again.
Yeah.
Not one more gin.
We decided to venture into D'Angelo, my favorite artist of all time, my spirit animal. D'Angelo the Great. Ventured into his land. And who knows if we made it justice. We do know one thing, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun. We didn't really rehearse it properly as well. We just went with the vibes, like
with the flow.
We just did a little rundown, like not with a full drum kit or anything, and it was sounding very nice when we were rehearsing it as well.
Yeah.
Just somewhat acoustically, and then it just just actually was a very fun song to play, I think.
It was super flame.
It was fun.
Super flame. Couldn't have asked for better, really. It was just, I only brought it up because it was a soulful session.
Exactly.
Club Orange put on a soulful session event, and we wanted to turn up with the soul.
Yeah, which is why we also played Hey Ya.
Yeah.
By Outkast.
And Come Down by Anderson .Paak. All very soulful songs.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
But it was fun. And the crowd was asking for it.
They did ask for
They're
it.
like, one more song, we've got none.
It was Chloe specifically that started that chant of the one more song.
Damn Chloe.
Which I love her for. Jolene.
Jolene. Jolene.
I'm begging of you, please don't start your chant.
Please.
Jolene.
Can't read anything.
It's okay, my mate.
I thought it was the glasses. Maybe it was too far. And then I get it up close. And yeah, sorry for just a little insight to how things happen in the background,
We turned into an ASMR session.
Yes. That's great. Well, that is the maddest sound.
I didn't plan that properly. I'm lower than the bottle. I nearly fucking drowned myself. It was sparky all over my face.
Half of that went into your lungs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably still sitting somewhere there. Hasn't made
Yeah.
it to your stomach yet.
Yeah, there wasn't enough liquid in my lungs before. Now there is.
Mm,
So that's
no, but
two.
seriously, I can't understand what you said. Oh, just figured it out. I was gonna pretend that I just come up with it, but I just figured it out. Yeah, we last week I think it was we finished one song,
Yes.
a song called "Talk About It" is gonna be maybe.
We don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't have to talk about it.
No, we don't, baby. No, we don't. But we're gonna talk about it because we just finished it, and this is what we're doing. We're talking about things,
Yeah, we're talking about it.
and yeah, we finished the vocals. We played that song in all three gigs, which reminds me, we didn't mention Mad Dog Brewery, isn't it?
Yeah, Mad Dog Brewery was our final gig, the last gig we did. That was a
Yeah.
lot of fun as well. We were a bit, kind of scared in the
Yeah.
beginning because it was like getting to the time and there was few people around, but then suddenly everyone just swarmed in, so it turned out alright.
Yeah. It was nice. Just
Thousands of people,
yeah. It was all of our buddies,
a lot of our pals.
our family showed up. The royal family showed up.
The royal family was there.
Um,
Prince Charles.
Prince Charles,
Sorry, King. Wait, what's his name?
King. Yeah,
Is it King Charles? Yeah.
yeah. God save the Queen. The Queen. Um,
God save the Queen.
yeah, there was a fun gig. Obviously, very different. To
Different
the New
vibes.
Moon and Club Orange, but it was just. I was actually can't say how happy I was when, like, I saw everyone turning up. You know, people that I would like just was really not expecting to turn up, and just made me so happy. Yeah, it was nice to see everyone's faces. I won't name everyone or anyone, because if I name one, I have to name all, right?
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes. And then you forget someone, and you're like,
Yeah, that's so bad.
that's me ruined forever. But no, thank you very much, guys, for coming. That was it was very nice. I enjoyed seeing people more than I enjoyed playing the gig.
But that's always how it goes, though.
Yeah, that's always how it
You
goes.
get
yeah, that's
nervous
true.
for the gig, blah, 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 and then you just hang around with the pals. That's always so fun. Because
Yeah.
sometimes you haven't seen them in a while.
That is true.
So, yeah, it was
Yeah.
nice to see people's faces.
Mhm.
However,
However,
what was I going to say?
well, we were talking about the song that we finished, recorded the vocals, sent it over to the mixing guy slash producer.
The mixer.
He's a guy slash producer, not.
Not. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, and who happens to be my brother, actually. Who's a very talented music producer and mixing guy slash producer. And yeah, can't wait. I'm already so excited.
It's going to be so fun.
Already a fifth or a fourth of the weight is off. Very excited to do the next ones. Hopefully be done by 2026.
Nah.
But
We won't tell you when it's going to be done. But because we don't know ourselves. But it's going to be done hopefully this year.
it was good though. We played the songs live. We played it for the first time 3 different times
Yeah,
live.
yeah.
Um,
The third time we played it, the first time,
hmm,
it was amazing.
it was fun. It's a fun song. Go listen to it, guys.
When it comes out,
If you're watching this in the future, and or if you're watching it,
if you're watching this live, then
uh,
I don't know how you're doing that, but
if you're watching this in the past, that's gotta have a little chat. Hit us up in the DMs because we want to know
how you're doing that,
how you doing that. Yeah.
it's pretty crazy, pretty cool. But
If you're watching this right this second, right in the present, then please stop. That's kind of creepy.
that's so weird, like.
And very scary. But yeah. Anything fun happened to you this week, Daniel?
No.
Me neither.
So next
Anyway.
on to the next topic. So obviously we finished talking about it. I don't even know which song we're gonna tackle next. Is it gonna be No Because?
I think so. Maybe it was because it's the only one that we've played live. The
That is
only
true.
other one we've played live.
It's true.
And it just makes sense. I think it's the one that is the most finished.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be good.
Yeah.
It should be a good song. Maybe it's
Yeah.
not. Who knows?
Maybe we'll try and record some vocals after this.
Yeah, could do.
Great shout, Danny.
If I don't fall asleep,
No.
it's not something that I would do. Fall asleep on this bed.
Yeah. No. We have a gig coming up on the 24th of May. Basically, this gig is with So Far Sounds. And if you haven't heard of So Far Sounds is essentially a bit like NPR Tiny Desk or Colors. They get artists on, artists play their music. So Far Sounds records the music and the video and puts it on YouTube. They have a massive following. We are literally so excited. And it's going to be fire. It's going to be flame. It's going to be lit. It's going to be heat. One thing that is going to be a little bit different about this, because we did do a similar one. We did Tom Moulton's one with Block Sessions in the past, and that was pretty incredible. But that's a little bit of a different vibe. For this one, it's going to be basically stripped down, which means it's going to be a little bit simpler than usual. You should hear some of the vocal tones. You should kind of get a different vibe from it. But it'll still be the songs. We haven't actually decided which songs we're gonna play yet.
Well,
but I'll hand it over to Duarte to speak further about the topic.
so the topic that we were speaking about is
So Far Sounds.
So Far Sounds. I was listening. Yeah, it's very exciting. I've watched a lot of the videos. Actually, we used to watch maybe 6-7 years ago. I think it was Hannah actually who put us on, or put me on into it as well. Hannah's my partner, if you're wondering.
Business partner.
My business partner. She's my provider. Because I don't do nothing. Anyway, she put us on to So Far. She's actually been saying for a few years now that we should apply for it and we should try getting one. I think she went to one in Cardiff like 4 or 5 years ago, or she was gonna go. And she really enjoyed it. It's really nice vibes. Like it's a gig, it's a live gig, but it's very different. Like people are just there to actually, listen to the music, and you as an artist you are given, full attention, at least visually and
Mhm.
audibly. Um, so, and she said it's just a nice vibe. Um,
Yeah, because like a normal gig, you know, there's a bit of a deal that you strike with the crowd. It's like, okay, yeah, we're here to listen to music, but also you need to be entertaining. It can't just be freaking,
yeah,
you know, um, doing exactly what you want. Well, so far, sounds does provide that platform. It's like if you really want to kind of give the essence of who you are as a band and as a person, you have that opportunity,
mm,
and people are there to listen and see that specifically. So it's a bit of a different vibe, and they don't want to be jumping around.
yeah.
You know,
They can,
they don't want to be dancing in the middle of the dance floor. That's not really what
yeah,
they're about. That is the aim in many of our gigs. That's what we want. But for
yeah.
this gig,
Do you know what? It actually reminds me a little bit of the like MTV Unplugged back in the day. I don't know if you watched any of the, like, I know like Pearl Jam and Nirvana ones are like probably the most famous ones. It's got a very similar vibe, I think. Um, I watched what was it? I think the band is called Candid, if I'm not wrong.
yes,
This sort of like, I think, like kind of an indie um indie band, and it's yeah, their so far session is very nice. I think you guys should check it out if you're still listening. It's and it just gives me that vibe, like sitting down, just chilled, like kind of soulful, but also it does have some energy because obviously, can't take away everything. I think some of the songs will just
I'm in the wrong position.
I can't think of words actually to finish that sentence, but energy is good. I think
Perfect.
you can have both different types of energy in it.
Energy.
But yeah, I'm very, very excited. It's going to be in Coventry, which is
Coventry.
in Birmingham or around Birmingham. Um,
If you want to get tickets to that, go to our website or go to the Sofa Sound website.
if you don't want to get tickets to that, I think you should still go to the website and, click on it, go onto the page that says buy or add to cart, go all the way to the checkout, put in your bank details, and, just buy a ticket. You know, even if you don't want to do that, I think you should.
Yeah.
That's another small trick doctors don't want to know. Don't. I can't speak. I'm gonna stop trying to.
Perfect.
Perfect.
And then
And
we
then
have our first gig in London. But before that, a quick shout from our sponsors.
Buxton or Buxton. I don't know how you say that. How do you say
Buxton.
Buxton? Sparkling water,
Yeah.
natural mineral water. It's great. Is if you want the excitement of drinking a soda, a can of soda, or a can of pop, as they say it around these parts, some people, but you want to remain healthy, sparkling water is the way, in
Cheesh.
particularly Buxton sparkling water.
Full disclaimer: they don't sponsor us, but
They
listen,
don't.
we're looking for sponsors. I know this podcast doesn't get any views. It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't. Like, if you think about it, at the end of the day,
Do you get what I mean?
yeah, it's good. You know, we're already, buying the water. So
Support local produce.
I would literally just take, you know, a 10% discount or all Buxton products.
Yeah. Yeah. I still reckon Premier around the corner should sponsor us.
Yeah, that would be great.
That'd be grand. They should sponsor us because A, we're super chill.
Which will.
We're super chill. B, we will never get cancelled. Sorry.
We will never.
I rephrase. Cancellation will never affect us. We might get cancelled, but we will never care.
That is true. And we are the podcast that speaks the truth.
The true.
We're not afraid to say what's on our minds, unfortunately.
Currently, Alfredo spaghetti.
Yes. And we cover the most relevant topics, the happenings of this world.
That you care about, definitely, not just us.
Not just us.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't speak into the mic, but
That's beside the point.
that is beside the point. Any other sponsors this week?
Who should sponsor us? Should be someone from Cardiff, like a clothes company. That'd be cool.
Hobos. Now this is serious business. I'm gonna lift my thing. If you want to
This
sponsor us, hobos, please send me clothes.
literally any.
I'll give them back, like when you want them back.
You can
Can-
be sure that I'll be wearing them. So if you wanna put some sort of logo on them,
Yeah.
just give
I've-
us.
Also, I already have several things from hobos. I have many shirts. I have a few jackets.
Mhm.
But I paid for them.
Yeah.
I very happily paid for them, actually, because they're actually kind of cheap.
You happily paid for them.
Yeah, I happily paid for them. But, cost of living crisis,
Cost of living.
that's what I hear people talking about.
Shout out to the cost of living crisis.
Shout out to being
Nice one.
shout out to being harder to live.
Literally so much more fun.
Yes.
Get creative with the bills.
Which ones do I pay this month?
Landlord, if you're watching this,
Don't worry.
don't worry, bro.
Don't worry.
I got you, bro. Welsh water, if you're watching this, don't worry, bro.
Octopus energy.
It's all,
Don't worry.
it's all under control. Trust.
Trust. Yeah.
Trust the process. What were
So
we
we
talking about?
we covered so many things. Cost of living crisis, sparkling water, corner shops, all covered.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, we were going to talk about the 7th of June gig.
The 7th of June.
This is gonna be a Claythy one. Guess where we're
Yes.
playing? Dubai. Nah, we're gonna be playing in London on the 7th of June. Our first London gig. It's gonna be lit.
Yeah, baby.
It's gonna be flame.
It is.
It's gonna be
It's
fire.
very exciting. Listen, guys, go buy some tickets.
Go buy some ticks.
Go onto Instagram.
Yeah,
You maybe are already on Instagram,
maybe you are.
which is how you doing that.
Maybe they're watching one of our clips.
That is true. So go on to Lemongel.
Look, they should be on Lemongel already.
They should be on Lemongel.
Unless we came across
It's-
your feed. If so, shout out Instagram.
And then
Save.
go onto the bio, click the link, buy some tickets.
Yeah.
Then, buy a National Express ticket or train ticket if you're feeling fancy and just make your way to London town. If you live in London, well, you just get the tube. Like,
That big smoke.
it's the Beehive,
Maybe you live around the corner from the
underground
Beehive.
music, Lemon Gel, taking London by storm.
Perfect.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be super lit.
It's gonna be loud. I get the feeling.
Yeah, I think so. Not as loud as my vocals should be on this podcast because I've been leaving the mic on my chest, which is a little bit too far from my mouth. But yeah, 100% it's gonna be super lit. Oh, shit, can't wait. First gig in London, baby,
Oh yeah.
baby.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be lit.
It is gonna be lit. It's gonna be so much fun. Yeah, London is a very big place. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in London.
There's there's almost as many people in London as there are in
Portugal.
the whole of Portugal, which is crazy.
It is actually Cleathy.
But it's a cool place. It can be a cool place, you know. London,
Yeah, yeah,
one of the main capitals of the world. But
yeah, yeah.
speaking of London, the Beatles, they're from Liverpool, which is not London, but they recorded some things in London. And you know who was part of the Beatles? Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney.
And if you're wondering why I'm bringing up the Beatles, it's because it's a great segue into our next topic, which I know very little about, but we thought we'd mention it because I only read the title of an article that said that Paul McCartney, which he's part of the Beatles, not anymore because Beatles don't exist anymore, but well, they do exist on Spotify and in records
And on YouTube.
and on YouTube and in our hearts.
Yeah.
That's deep, bro. But yeah, Paul McCartney is, I think he found some pictures. I don't know if they were never before seen pictures of the Beatles, and he's selling them.
Some nudes. Allegedly.
Yeah, I think he did say there was some nudes of Yoko Ono on there, and therefore he's put the
John Lennon in monochrome. Literally lit.
but anyway, he's selling it for 60K. £60,000 will get you some pictures of the Beatles.
that have never been seen before by anyone. I don't
Maybe.
think there's any nudes. There might be. Who knows? But how crazy is that?
Yeah. So if you don't have Google,
Imagine.
you go by that.
Imagine that Duarte and I become hyper famous. Unlikely. And in like 60 years' time, not even that, 40 years' time, I will be long gone. And Duarte will have like 12 kids. And maybe 3 or 4 of his kids will have had their own kids.
Yeah.
And then Duarte gets hungry on a Tuesday afternoon. He thinks, just gonna go to the kitchen. He goes to the kitchen. He opens his fridge. He has cheese, he has ham, he has butter, but he doesn't have bread. So he's like, oh God. So he reckons, okay, I'm gonna go and buy some bread. So he goes to pop to Tesco, he can't find his keys. Takes him ages to find his keys. He's literally looking all around the house to find his keys. Eventually, he realizes that he probably dropped them somewhere in the attic. Because he went to the attic earlier to drop some old clothes from one of his kids who's recently left home to go to uni. Finally, the kid is like 30 odd, who's only now going to uni. But that's beside the point. He goes back up to his attic. He's looking around for the keys. It's just dark, it's dusty, like I don't know what's going on here. He looks to his left, boom. An old box. He opens the box. Hold on, what's this? And it's just some pictures of Duarte and I literally just doing nothing whatsoever. Literally doing nothing, just selfies, random selfies. Just
That we, for some reason, printed.
Yeah.
And put in the box.
Yeah. And then Duarte goes, I reckon I can sell this. Need to make it a fair price though, because cost of living crisis. Shout out. £60,000.
Madness.
How crazy is that?
Absolute madness.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I had £60,000, I'd buy one of those pictures. I just want to have it.
Yeah.
I'd keep it a secret.
I think that's the people who will be buying it. It's people that want to have it. Because it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing to invite other equally loaded people and be like, I've got some pictures of the Beatles.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of the Beatles? Oh,
Yeah.
look at these. Never seen before.
Each one will buy you a small house in a faraway land within Europe. Yeah, that's pretty crazy actually.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. That was
It's pretty cool.
I love the way you went about that. I was gripped into the story. I was imagining my life with 12 kids.
Yeah.
Somehow an empty fridge.
The last one didn't finish uni though. He quit after the first year.
Yeah, that makes sense. That checks out. That's the one that takes after me.
Yeah.
Yeah, people be making money off the Beatles. Remember yesterday, maybe it was yesterday, we were watching we were listening to George Harrison. I think the song is called Oh Sweet Lord. I don't know if that's the actual name. My Lord.
Yes.
Oh sweet Lord, I really want to see you. That song. And for some reason the top result was this music video which was released at least maybe 20 years after George Harrison passed away. And it's this, I didn't even like, I just, it looked like maybe like a spy thing or whatever it was. It just made me angry, so I paid no attention to it. And I was just like, what does this have to do with a song? What, like, why they do this? Like, I'm sure George Harrison would have approved of this, 100% sure. And then you see in the producer's name is George Harrison's son. And I'm just
Shout
like,
out.
shout out, I can't remember your first name. Sorry, mate. I know you're listening. Um, and it's just made me like, it's like I can't see a reason why they would have decided to do that other than just make some peas.
Make the bag.
And it's like, yeah, get it, make the money.
Which, hey, cost of living crisis.
Yeah.
Shout out.
But it's just, I just don't understand it. Yeah. I just don't understand it. That's my feeling on it. I don't know. They could have done something. Like, I understand if you want to do like a music video, revive it. Why don't you do something like at least somewhat relevant to the song or to the person that wrote it?
That would be good.
That would be very good.
That would be fun.
But no, it's just a random thing with loads of random celebrities in it, and I don't get it.
Yeah, it's been in cold for already.
Yeah, it's just very strange. Very strange.
Song had like 60
Yeah.
quadrillion views, and it's like, oh, someone's making buck off this.
Yeah.
It's
guess-
crazy.
Yeah. My whole point is don't do it. Stop that.
Stop.
Stop.
Get some
please.
help.
Get some help. Which brings it to our next sponsor.
Better help sponsor us.
If you're feeling down, you better help somebody.
So this will be fun. Do you remember when I was working
I don't.
in a restaurant called Asador, cool restaurant
I do remember.
that does Spanish food, high quality Spanish food.
Asado.
They do delicious food. I had a friend there, Saringa, and
I
he,
don't know what that is.
yeah, super nice guy, Sri Lankan guy, super chill, super cool.
Yes,
He
I'd like to
left.
go to Sri Lanka.
He left to work in Wagamama for a bit, yeah.
Okay.
And then I was walking with a good pal Sam Hooper.
No way.
We were walking down, I guess, Penarth Road, over the bridge, toward town. And I look to my right and I see a little place, right? This place is called either Ceylon Mate or Ceylon Mate. Pretty out there name, pretty cool.
Comment. What
Comment
you
below
think?
what you
How
reckon.
it's
Yeah,
pronounced, guys? Yeah. Thank you.
It's spelled CEYLONM8. So it's pretty cool. And Simon and I look at each other like, oh, this is new. It's literally like a little what's it called? A van? Like what's those
Okay.
no, it's not like a taco van.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not
A food van.
a food truck, that's it. It's like
truck.
literally a little food truck next to the garage. And we're like, this is cool, this is quick. Let's approach it, see what they're about. I look inside. Never guess who it is. Saringa. My mate.
You've done
Saringa.
it.
What a
You
legend.
made it, bro.
He was so nice to see him. And he was just like, yeah,
Nice.
making food here. I messaged you and I was like, you never. And then I looked through and I don't think he did, but he may have. Maybe he has an old number or something. Either way, yeah, so I'm looking forward to going there for food. Actually, Sri Lankan food, top quality.
Wait, is it his place?
His place,
Nice.
his place, super cool. I was super happy to see that. Actually,
That's very cool. Where is
Um,
it?
it's literally so if you go,
Penat Road.
yeah, Penaf Road. If you keep going down towards town, it's to your right. It's a little food truck. You can't miss it.
That's one of the best descriptions I've ever heard.
It's called Kalon, mate. So
Perfect.
you should be able to find it.
That's
It is on Instagram as well.
KAY
C CEY
L
LON
LAN.
M8.
No, CEYLON. I was listening.
I don't believe you. But either way, what an absolute treat. That was super
Yeah,
nice.
nice.
I actually
We
can't
should
wait
go
to go
there.
there. Speaking of other places that I want to go for food, what's it called again? Don Don Yatai in Ely. Right. This was the same day actually. Later on the same day, Sam and I were
Sounds like a
walking in
great
Ely.
day.
It was a great day. Sam and I had a great day that day. We
Hmm.
literally went. Sam needed a hand with some stuff at home. He was painting one of the rooms, and I was like,
Hmm.
"Hell yeah!" Some a little bit of not work. What's it called?
I don't know.
A little bit of like I don't know, feel good work. I guess you could put it like that.
DIY, I guess.
And
Could fall
just
into that.
helping out a pal and get to have fun and speak to the pal and catch up at the same time. Couldn't ask for a better deal. And
It's
so I
very
went up.
nice.
I had a chance to speak to Sammy's mum as well. She's literally the wittiest, nicest person. She's super cool. Either way, we were just chilling, and then Sammy was like, "Let's go to Lidl, I think, or Aldi." And we went. So yeah, it was Aldi. Went to Aldi, and then on our way back, we walked past the Japanese place, and Sammy was like, "Yeah, we need to go there. This is fire." And then I looked at the menu, super flame. So there's a few Japanese places here in Grangetown. There's Matsurai Ramen, which is actually not authentically Japanese. I guess they serve authentic food. They just majority of the staff there are British, I guess, so or not exactly Japanese, and the owner's not Japanese. But in terms of food quality itself, it's really high quality. It's really
It
nice.
is delicious.
And there's Hatsu Udon, which I guess is literally 100% authentic, and they only serve udon noodles in their ramen.
Nice.
Super flame, super nice.
I want to go there now.
We should go there after this.
Yeah, we should.
Let's go. Let's do that. So we'll go there after this. But then Don Don Yatai, Food Awards, Welsh Food Awards 2022-2023.
No way. Nice.
They serve all sorts: sushi, ramen, rice bowls, literally everything. And I freaking love sushi so much.
Where is it?
It's in Ely. It's in Ely. I guess
That's a shame.
just next to literally if it was in
I'm
Grangetown.
kidding.
We'd literally go there right now. But yeah, we walked by and this little old lady came out with flyers for us. And we were like, yeah, we should probably take these flyers. And she was super chill as well. And yeah, so we are to go there at some point with Sam Upa. It's going to be nice. It's going to be chill.
Nice. Yeah. Also, I have a hot take. Ely is the nicest area around Cardiff.
That is a hot take.
It is. It is. I don't think I've ever been to Ely till the other day when I went to meet you guys.
Really?
And, yeah, or maybe I have, but I didn't realize because I never know where I am. But it's nice that like you're kind of covered by, I want to call them mountains, but it's not really. It is kind of, I guess, mountains and greenery. It's just nice to see greenery. Obviously,
You mean Trolley Park?
that might be it. And it's really nice. I was driving past it and I was like, I don't get why people are just always saying stuff about Ely. And then within 2 minutes, I saw 3 police vans. One of them had the sirens on. I was like, okay, I guess maybe
Yeah, there's some
there's
parts are
something
really,
to it.
really nice. Some parts,
Yeah.
rough, like everywhere.
I would move there.
Yeah, I went to school, high school in Ely, and
Nice.
my experience was when I was there, I it was maybe my least favorite time of my life. But in hindsight,
It's still his least favorite time of life.
it's just I think it's hard for any young creative, you know. You're
Mm,
very confused about life. I was also an immigrant, a fresh immigrant at the time. My first few days in
fresh.
school, my first few months in school, I didn't speak English at all. So different culture, different
It's
language, completely different people. You know, it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be tough to adjust. But eventually, I got there and made long life friends. So in
nice.
hindsight, it was actually good, and I did enjoy some parts.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, um, speaking of something completely different, um, we did have other topics.
Yeah, I need a toilet so much because I drank this whole bottle.
It's okay. We don't have much longer that we need to comply by.
I'll read this so I know. Actually, I always forget.
I really wanna be with you.
I really wanna. Na, na, na. I really. What does it say here?
Oh yeah, the forest.
Oh, yeah. I guess no. Yeah. Anyway, I watched the Sinners, which is a movie about sinning.
Interesting.
It's not really, but it is. It is an interest. I don't want to spoil it, but I thought, yeah, I liked. There's some bits that I liked a lot. There's some bits that I it's like a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel it's a movie. This is what I said to Hannah when we left. It's a movie with a lot of fat. What I mean by that is, even though I do love fat, I love when you get a steak that has a nice chunk of fat. You just like,
It's literally just the flavor bit.
oh yeah,
Actually, let's
yeah,
address this. People that don't
yeah.
eat the fat in the steak, yeah,
That's crazy work.
you are
That's
literally
just
being watched by the government. The
literally
government knows what you're up to, yeah.
it
No one
does.
trusts you.
No,
No one trusts you. That is the flavor in the food. The
literally.
fatty bit. Yo,
Worse, if you cut the fat off before you cook it, now that's just
criminal.
that is
Criminal behavior.
it is actually
Straight to prison. Straight to jail.
straight right to jail. Right to jail.
No fat. To
Yeah.
jail.
But what people I guess they use that expression, you know, something that is a lot of like a movie that has a lot of fat or a song that has a lot of fat, just a lot of extra bits that maybe aren't necessary, which is what I felt with the Sinners. I think is it was a bit of a breath of fresh air. Like I don't think most of the performances were like out of this world or genius. Probably going to win some Oscars next year, but um I just felt like they could have just been a little bit more straight to the point with what they were trying to do with the movie. Again, I don't want to spoil it to you. You're probably not going to watch it, but
I'm probably not. No.
I remember one of the first things I thought straight away as well was it's heavily inspired, but from it's heavily inspired by From Dusk Till Dawn. It's a great movie from the 90s, I believe, written by Quentin Tarantino as George Clooney in it, and Quentin Tarantino actually acting in it. And it's a very, very cool movie. Just kind of a twist halfway through the movie, and then it just gets really crazy and it's a lot of fun. And The Sinners kind of reminds me a little bit of it. It if you've watched The Sinners and From Dusk Till Dawn, it'll be very obvious why. But yeah, it was nice. It was enjoyable. It was fun. Very heavy on music, which is interesting.
It was a musical.
It wasn't a musical, but there's some bits I guess that you can was like kind of like a musical, but the main character or one of the main characters is a guy that plays the guitar, and he's I think I want to say this, I'm not too sure. It felt like he was maybe a little bit inspired by maybe Sam Cooke, but not in the correct area, I guess. Era. Actually, maybe. Because basically, one of the main characters, his dad is a preacher. And back in those days, playing the guitar or the guitar itself is considered an instrument of the devil. That's the instrument you would sing, you would play when you're out on in bars and in town. It wasn't really played in church, like in churches, maybe, and this was like predominantly African American churches, which is something that Sam Cooke himself went through, which is like, oh, you're singing the devil's music, you need to sing, church music, and he wanted to sing whatever he wanted to sing, and like guitars weren't really, or rather, I should say, guitars were frowned upon, so it was mainly like a cappella stuff, and that's kind of what sets the scene. Obviously, there's some other elements to it as well. And then in the movie, they're basically his two cousins that are both played by Michael B. Jordan, the twins.
Damn.
So that movie's got everything. They just came back from Chicago and they are throwing a party. They're throwing a party in, like, I guess like a barn or something they just bought. And during the party, that guy plays a song and then something happens. And that's where it gets good. The movie, I think.
Fair enough. Well, I won't actively avoid it.
Yeah. But it's still, yeah, I wouldn't be like, yeah, go watch it. Best movie.
I might just watch Dust Till Dawn and just
Yeah, I would say
leave
watch
it
that
there.
instead.
Yeah.
It's just none of. It's like they spend so long building the backstory and to justify what happens in the middle of the movie, and it's just not needed in my opinion. Which is what they're doing from Dusk Till Dawn. It's just like, and now it gets crazy.
Straight to the business.
And it's got from Dusk Till Dawn. It's got Quentin Tarantino being. I think he licks a stripper's feet, which is very on brand. Somehow he always manages a way.
That's straight nonsense. That. No.
It is.
Well, I have to watch
And
it now.
You just know he's like,
That's crazy.
guys, guess what? I've got a great idea. Do you know what would look really good here?
It will look amazing.
It would look amazing.
Quentin Tarantino, the genius.
Literally.
How does he do it? What a funny. Can't end on that. That's
I think
too
everyone
rogue.
should have their shoes off. No socks. But yeah,
I guess we can end on that.
quick recap. So far,
Sounds.
24th of May, is that correct?
That's correct, mate.
Go buy tickets.
Go buy tickets.
We can have a road trip. If you're from Cardiff, if you're not from Cardiff, we'll see you there.
I will pick you up on the way. Hey.
Yes, I will. The Beehive, which is being put on by Underground Music, that's the 7th of June. Guess what? Guess what I'm going to say? Go buy tickets.
Go buy tickets.
and then use those tickets to get into the venue
And then
and
while
then
in the
watch
venue,
us
enjoy the music.
enjoy the
Us
music.
and other fellow performers.
Yeah.
Buxton, sponsor us. There's a cost of living crisis within our midlife crisis.
Yes.
So if that's not enough reason for for you to help, I don't know what will be. Furthermore, we have a Patreon. We have some branding coming up that we've been working on with our fellow friend, Tom Bowsy, who's essentially working with us to create, essentially bring our brand to life. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Look forward to that. New song, talk about it, to come out at some point soon, as it's
Yes.
already finished. So you can almost guarantee that it's going to come out
Mhm.
at some point soon. And then we're probably going to record another song after this. So,
Yeah. First, I'm gonna go to the toilet.
same. Maybe we should go
Or maybe I'll just do it
to
right
get.
in this bottle.
Maybe maybe no. Actually, yeah, we could go
Reuse,
to
recycle,
get noodles
reduce,
before we
recycle.
record.
That's
But
the
how
word.
much time have we got anyway?
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. If you've made it this far, seek help.
Incredible.
If you haven't made it this far, then I guess there's no point saying anything to you because you're not listening. But just want to say actually once again, thank you very much for everyone that came to the gig.
An absolute treat.
It was an absolute treat. And by the gig, I mean the Mad Dog Brewery. Obviously the other ones as well, but it was just nice to see a lot of our pals that also came to the Club Orange gig and the New Moon gig. Thank you guys. That's
Bye.
bye bye, I guess.